time to put that hand to what will move you forward. We're not looking back, and there ain't no stopping us now. What awaits you is right in front. It's something new, and it's just for you. So join me for that new thing, starting now on A New Thing Live. Hey there, and welcome everybody to A New Thing Live. I'm so glad that you're with us today. This is a fun, not so new show anymore, but this is an amazing show that we have. And I really am biased when I say that because it is amazing. It is a life-changing show that really is meant to impact you, inspire you, motivate you to doing that new thing. There's something new that is in front of each of us to do. And sometimes we just need that push to do it. So that's what this show is about. Truly, my name is Cyndi, and I'm so glad that you're here. I'm the host of this show. If you've never joined us before, then we're glad you're here. And if you join us and you watch every episode, then oh my goodness, you is very committed. We're so glad that you're here with us. Whether you're watching us on Facebook, YouTube, or Roku, especially on Facebook or YouTube, you can interact with us. We want to know where you're watching from. Tell us what's going on in your lives. Interact with whatever is being said here from the screen. We want to know your thoughts and hear all of that good stuff. But, you know, really, this is a show about doing that new thing. We all like new. I like new. I love the smell of new. I love the sound of new. It's just, for me, I think too, because I'm a creative, I don't like doing the same thing all the time. So I have to be careful not to do too much new. Even that can be a new thing. But truly, we just have a wonderful show for you today. Now, today is the 19th of September. And so, you know, we like to talk about like what's current a little bit in the beginning of the show, like what's current, what's going on, or even celebrating national holidays. So today, I don't know if y'all knew this, but today is National Talk Like a Pirate Day. So I wanted just to say to all my fellow pirates, our matey, our matey. So glad that you're here. Actually, I do own a true patch. And this is because sometimes I don't get enough sleep, that I actually do get some pop blood vessels in my eyes. And so then I have to wear an eye patch. And so a dear friend of mine, Yole Revelo, she's like, oh, you got your pirate eye going on today. So I really do love the pirate look. And then, of course, growing up in Anaheim and Orange County in Southern California and living in Orange County, my favorite ride, hands down, Pirates of the Caribbean. And I have to say that though I'm not a huge fan of all of the movies, I really did like the first one. I thought that was a lot of fun. Okay. So what else is going on this week? This week, the UK and England, they said goodbye. They laid their queen to rest. Oh my goodness. There were just days where they could come and take a look and say their farewells to the queen. I have to say, and I'm not going to lie, I talked to a friend of mine and I said, oh, what are your thoughts about us going to England to say, you know, farewell to the queen? I loved Queen Elizabeth so much for so many reasons. She never knew me, but I felt like she was such an incredible leader. She was a defender of the faith. I don't know if you guys knew that, but that was in her title, was Defender of the Faith. She led with class, and she was very, very courageous and brave. Some of the things that she had to walk out, the things that she went through, I can't even imagine. And of course, just with style and grace and leading beautifully. And one of the things, if you didn't watch last week's episode, I had Shane Jackson on here, who is truly a Royals aficionado. And he spoke about just some of the many things that even some of her private life looked like that had already been noted. Like, yes, she was a woman of prayer. And even though as the queen, she didn't bow down to people, but she would pray and she would get on her knees and pray. And it didn't surprise me that she lived as long as she did and that she led as beautifully as she did. So we're going to continue a little bit on this queen feeling theme because I just want to continue to give honor to where honor is due. Next week, if you have not ever heard of Caleb Quay, he was a guitarist for Elton John for quite some time, and he will be obviously England born. Well, maybe not obviously, but he is England born, and he will be on our show next week to talk about some of his feelings about losing his queen, which he was, she was already the monarch of England when he was born. And so he's going to be on next week, next Monday, a week from today. And he's going to be with us to celebrate our 100th episode. So excited. So mark your calendars for sure, not just for next week, but the week after as well, where we're celebrating our 3rd birthday. We're turning 3 on October 3rd. So we have a lot of celebrations coming up next Monday and the Monday after. But going back to the Queen, our hearts truly just say, our hearts are with King Charles, with the family, and of course with her nation, with the other countries that she ruled. And, I think there's something to be said about a monarchy that we don't truly understand. And we're going to hear Caleb talk about that, I believe, next week a little bit as well. But we say, Queen Elizabeth, thank you so much for how beautifully you led. We loved your heart for your people. You truly had the people, you had their best interest in mind. And that is a sign of a true leader, not bowing down to what others are saying, but truly what's the best for everybody. And she did that. She did that so well. So we say goodbye to Britain's longest reigning monarch, who now has been buried at St. George's Chapel, Windsor Castle, in a very small, just a beautiful location. And just my heart again just goes out to all of the UK. So, also the interesting thing was London Fashion Week. Being the editor-in-chief of two fashion magazines, we are all about what's going on, New York, Paris, London. And I was wondering what was going to happen with London Fashion Week. And they actually did ask for a little bit of respect and honor, and to take time to honor and to mourn the loss of their queen. And so there were still some shows that took place, and the ones, from what I understand, that did actually had moments where they did give homage and they paid respect and honor to their queen, which I'm so glad to hear that they did. But again, just something that's totally impacted the entire country. So I'm looking forward to seeing some of maybe what happens this upcoming week in London where fashion is concerned. Now, speaking of fashion, I'm really excited. We're going to change gears a little bit. I'm so excited to let you guys know that coming up in season 3, we're going to be doing a lot of fun capturing what's going on fashion-wise, what's trending. We're going to be heading down to Michael Kors down at at South Coast Plaza. And I'm so excited. And so I'm just going to give you a little sneak peek. We want to show you some of what's going on. Of course, Michael Kors has beautiful clothes, not just purses, not just accessories, but gorgeous fashion and gorgeous designs. And so this is some of the design from one of the most recent fashion shows out in New York. And I go, oh my goodness, I love the fashion. I love the colors. It seems like this year they're coming out with some really good colors. And then, so interesting, for those of you that like fashion, if you've never subscribed to Rachel Zoe, her newsletter is pretty nifty. And, she shows you all of the things that are up and coming. And boots, these high boots are coming back. So I hope for those of you that had them, held on to them, for those of you that have never invested, it might be time to do that. But I'm loving these looks where fashion is concerned. And the other thing, truly, seasons are changing, times are changing. When you see the blues and the greens and the browns coming back in, that's what's being predicted as trending for this fall and this upcoming year. And wooden panels are back, y'all. Wooden panels. What in the world? So all that to say, fall is here. Do you know the season that you're in? Are you aware? There are seasons, we know that. And I feel like sometimes because those of us that live in Southern California, we don't always see the seasons, but there are seasons nonetheless. And do you know what season you're in? For England, it is a new season. For the globe, it is a new season. And I don't know if you, like me, can sense a shifting, but there is a shifting that's been happening. And so we want to keep you in the know, in the loop with what we're sensing as well. Of course, we love doing live with you guys here online, on YouTube, on Roku, on Facebook. But I really am charging and challenging you to take some time as we are now in the fall. And yes, we see pumpkin. I see pumpkins everywhere. I was at my cousin's baby shower and they don't know what they're having. And so I wish I would have had the picture uploaded here, but it was so cute. Their baby shower was a little pumpkin, like a little pumpkin's on the way. But pumpkin season is here. Fall is here. I was at Trader Joe's and I would see pumpkin everything. So it's important to know the season that we're in, but not just because of eating and decorations, but just in your own life. It's important to take note, like what season are you in? And if you're not a journaler, then be a person that says, you know what, I need to start taking note of some things that I'm sensing, changes that are happening. What are you seeing happening in the world? I'm just going to challenge you with that. But while we're talking about things going on in the world and what's happening out here, this week is also National Pepperoni Pizza Day. And so if you like me, I love my pizza. I just want to say pepperoni is not my favorite. But, there are times where I will jump in on pepperoni, but I do love my pizza. We want to know, like, what is your favorite pizza? Hey there, Pat. Hey there, Dawn. Like, where do you love eating pizza? So for me, for the longest time, I enjoyed eating pizza from a place called Zito's. They had this delicious buffalo with blue cheese and chicken. Oh my goodness, it was so good. However, in more recent times, Blaze Pizza has been popping up everywhere. And so my favorite pizza now is no longer a regular crusted pizza. Mine is, I don't know if you can guess, but mine is cauliflower. I have come to love cauliflower crusted pizza from Blaze. I have them put some pesto on it with some EVO and let's see. Oh, artichokes and soy riso. And I asked for extra gorgonzola cheese and I just have them cover that whole thing. And it is so good. If you've never tried it, try something new. Go to Blaze and say, you know what? Can I try a cauliflower pizza? And then put your own toppings. It is so good. So, but we want to know what kind of pizzas you like. Let's see who's saying what. Oh, round table. Okay, so Dawn is saying, Dawn is down for the round table. Oh, but another place. I know that's really been sad to see some of the different places that have been closing. Kiri. Yes, girl. You know Zito's because we do Zito's. Zito's is so good. And then Pat saying she did try the cauliflower I've never heard of that. That sounds like a fun place to try. And then Kiri's also saying that she likes Pieology. Well, if you're watching late and you're still watching live, you can chime in and let us know where you like eating your pizzas from and what kind of pizza you enjoy eating. I always love talking about food. Now, speaking of food, I want to share with you an exciting event that's happening this upcoming weekend in Southern California. So if you're in the SoCal area, do perk up your ears because there is a fun event that is happening not just one day, but it is not two, but it is three. This Friday night, September 23rd, Saturday night, September 24th, and Sunday, September 25th is a fun event being hosted and put on by the LA Times. It's the LA Times Food Bowl. And so they're hosting a night market. The 23rd is called the Smoke Soiree. Saturday night flavor is the Saturday night theme. And then on Sunday, it's backlot brunch, y'all. And get this, it's at Paramount Picture Studios. So come on down and join us. For those of you that love trying new culinary experiences, it's September 23 through 25 at Paramount Pictures on the lot. You're going to find so many culinary artists from top restaurants in the LA area, diverse restaurants, of course. You can just eat your way through the back lot of Paramount Studios this upcoming weekend. And for those of you that like Pit Master, you've enjoyed watching Pit Master Kevin Bludso. He's a TV personality. He's going to be on there. He's been an award winner, a two-time actually, on the Steve Harvey Hoodie award winner. He's got a new cookbook called Bludzo's Barbecue Cookbook, A Family Affair in Smoke and Soul. And then, of course, we're going to see Welcome to the Beef with Maddie and Coco, which is Canadian-born chef, restaurateur, and YouTube star from the Bear, Maddie Matheson. And then a burger battle is going to be so much fun. It's going to be brought to you by the New School Quality American. That's going to be a lot of fun. So get your tickets. We will have place for you on our website just to say, okay, I know she talked about it. I don't know where it is. Go on our event, go on our website, and we'll take you right to the links to the 3 different days. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to be there. And if you don't get to join, if you already have plans, then be sure to tune in on our 100th episode, because that is where we're going to show you a little bit of the recap of what we did and what we ate and what we took in at that fun event. So please, if you have no plans, we're inviting you to come down and join. You're going to have so much fun at the LA Times Food Bowl. Okay. So, we're talking a little bit about knowing the times, and really this episode is to gear you up for our 100th episode, as well as our kicking off season 3, which is 2 weeks from tonight. And we really do, I said that already, that we really do try and sense, okay, like what things are happening, what's the climate of the world, in our environment, in fashion, and faith as well. This is a faith-based show. This is an inspirational show. And so, it's important to know the seasons. And so it's like, you can see, for those of you that live in states where the seasons change, you can see the seasons changing. When I lived in Tulsa, Oklahoma, I couldn't believe that there really were red and orange leaves that really they existed. And it's like, I got to experience the seasons. But we go through seasons of life. And so we're inviting you, as we are entering into our new season number 3, which will be 2 weeks from tonight. And just with all of the change, with Queen Elizabeth's passing, there has been a changing of the guard, so to speak, and a handing down of the batons, a handing over. Something is changing. Seasons are changing. And it's not just in the UK, and it's not just in the world of fashion. It's not just in decor, but really it is in life. So we want to invite you to be a part of A New Thing Live. If you've never subscribed, if you're just watching now for the first time, or maybe you enjoy watching because you go, oh yeah, I think there's that fun show. And, this is a safe place for everybody. And we all have opinions. Everybody is entitled. You guys remember that this is a free country. We are all entitled to our own opinion, our own thoughts, truly, even freedom of speech. That was what this country was born on. But we want to invite you, regardless of what your background is, regardless of what your opinion is, regardless of what your political party is, regardless of what era you were born in, regardless of that. We're inviting you to come and hang out with us on Monday nights. It's not normally just me. Tonight, it's just me, because I really just wanted to share with you, to note that, yes, we are in the middle of stepping into a new season, and we're excited about it. I know that these can seem like scary times. I know that some have reached out even and said, I'm experiencing anxiety. Like, we want to help you out with that as well. And I've said this before, and I'll say this again. Some of you might be watching, and I don't even know, what faith affiliation you have, or maybe you're not even a person of faith. But as a woman of faith, I just want to share with you some of the things that God has done in my life, where I was experiencing fear or anxiety or frustration or irritation. And it wasn't that I needed a crutch. It's truly, I needed someone to come in and heal my brokenness. And when I called out on the Lord, I was listening to a gospel song by Tremaine Hawkins, and I was in a very broken season of my life. Um, had miscarried at 4 months, already a little over 4 months. Actually, it'll be coming up soon in October. I didn't know what to do. And this song that I had no clue was going to be playing came on and said, "What shall I do?" And she's singing this prayer to the Lord. And I remember thinking, oh my gosh, that's me. That's my prayer. And I just was sobbing. And if I can tell you, there was a supernatural experience that happened in my life, in my bedroom that night. It's like this heartache and pain that was, I didn't know how to get rid of it. And nothing that I tried to do would fix it. Nothing that I tried to do would cause it to go away. It just stayed there. And I was angry. I was angry at people. I was angry at baby daddy. I was angry with myself. I was just like, there was no peace in my heart. There was no peace in my mind. It was like all this mental, and I was fighting with everybody. And I hated men. It was all these different things that I was feeling, all these emotions. Oh my goodness. And in responding to that one song, I'm going to actually put that song on our website as well this week. Tremaine Hawkins, "What Shall I Do?" Oh my goodness, you might be in that boat today. You might say, I'm in this situation and I don't know what to do. I don't know what my next step is. I'll tell you what I did. I called out and I just said, Lord, and he was already real to me, but I was making my own decisions and they were very poor ones. And if I tell you the details of how this all happened to begin with, you'd be like, oh my goodness, Cyndi, I can't even believe that that's how it happened in all of this, but that might be another book. I ain't going to be giving away all my TMI right now and all in one episode as we're talking about seasons change. And I did. I called out on the Lord, and it's like all of a sudden that sorrow and sadness, it turned, I couldn't explain it. I just felt peace and I felt joy and I felt strength. I felt forgiveness was flowing out of my heart. Some of you have been harboring for unforgiveness. It's time to change. It's time to let that go. So I'm giving you 2 weeks to get ready to change with us. There is something new in the air. Do you sense it? There's something new. And Isaiah 43 says, behold, I will do a new thing. It's one of my favorite scriptures. Behold, he says, I will do a new thing. He wants to do something new in your life. He wants to do something new in my life. And if we would let him, then we would see things that you would go, wow, I never expected that to happen as a result of me calling out on this God that Cyndi is talking about. But he's real, and he's the one that helps us walk through these seasons, walk through these changes. And he wants to help everybody that would ask, just like a parent would. What parent wouldn't want to help when their child is saying, I need help? Now, that granted, there are some parents that are sticklers and be like, well, you should have known better. Right? Have you ever had those parents? But that's not the heart of the parent that I'm talking about. So we want you to prepare your heart. There are things I believe that are coming down the line, even with regards to where our economy and just where we're at in the world, violence on the rise. I mean, so many things we see, and there's so many reasons for people to be afraid. But here's the thing, you don't have to be. You don't have to be afraid. One of my favorite scriptures, and I'm not going to get all preachy, but I just want to share one of the things that strengthens me and blesses me is a scripture out of Joshua. And it's Moses had passed, and now Joshua is like, what do I do? I'm supposed to help these people cross over. And in Joshua 1, the Lord says to Joshua, do not fear. He says, only be strong. Let me go back a little bit. Only be strong and courageous. Do not fear, nor be afraid. And that is what I feel like God is saying to me. He's saying to you right now, no matter what you're going through, no matter what you're walking through, do not fear, do not be afraid. For I, the Lord your God, I am with you wherever you go. It's like, wow, wherever. Though you go through the fire, he says in Isaiah, you will not be burned. And when you go down to the depths of hell, behold, I am with you. I mean, there's so many verses in the Old and New Testament where he speaks about being with you. And so I just want to remind you guys, hey, he's with you. We're better together. Don't isolate yourself. And if you're going through something, would you tell somebody? Truly, two are better than one. Ecclesiastes says two are better than one. Genesis says it's not good that man should be alone. So, we always try to do things our way. It's like, oh no, I got a better way. No, really, you don't have a better way. If you're trying to do things by yourself and you're not leaning on a community of people that you trust and that you can do life with, then you are not doing a better way. You're doing your own way. But I love that. Oh, Pat, thank you for sharing. She says, I am sensing, let me make this bigger because I'm not wearing my glasses. I'm sensing that he's preparing me for a new season of my life. Yes, girl. Same. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. No man is an island. You're absolutely right about that. We really are not meant. And this is what I always think about. If we were meant to do life alone when we are born, that's the process by which we come here on earth. If we're born, why are we born into families if we're supposed to do life by ourselves? If we were supposed to do life alone, then why are we born into families? Did you ever think about that? No. When we come into the world, we come into a world with a mother and a father. That's just the natural that's the natural way that it happens. I'm born and there's mom and there's a dad, even if maybe they're not together, but it still took mom and dad, right? For the most part. I know that there are scientific things now, but why are we born into families? Because it's not good that we should do life alone. Like we're all automatically born into community. Even if you're the only child, you're still born mom and dad. You still, even if dad is gone, then me and mom, right? So this is how we're set up to be already a part of family. And so we want you to know it at A New Thing Live. You belong. And if you go, I don't know where I belong, then we're going to tell you belong here with us. Come and be with us. And I'm not just saying that so you can follow us on social media and all of those things. I'm not even fully active, to be honest, on social media. YouTube, yes, obviously. But, we pray for you. And we really do. We pray for you. And when prayer requests come in and we tell you guys, and we'll put the information up on the screen, that if you do have a prayer request, like, please tell us. We don't want you to do life alone. So yes, connect with us on Instagram, Facebook, all of that. My whole point of this right now is we want you to do life with us. If you have a need, if you have and just say, I need someone to pray with me. I'm struggling here. I'm walking in fear. I have anxiety. I don't know what to do. I don't know what step I should take. Then email us at anewthing.live@gmail.com. This really is a place where we want you to know that you belong with us. And I could get very emotional right now. We have such a heart for mankind. That's our heart, is how to serve you. How do we serve mankind? How do we help you get from where you're at to where you're supposed to be? That's what this show is about. And that's why it's called A New Thing, because there's something new that should happen, whether it's forgiving somebody you've been holding on to unforgiveness. Maybe it's that time to go back to school. Maybe it's that time to start that hobby. Maybe it's that time to launch your business. Maybe it's that time to start journaling. Maybe it's that time to start eating right and taking better care of your body so that you can live longer. Maybe it's that time to get your heart rate up and going. I mean, there's so many things that are new that are in front of us, and we just need the help. Some of you are writers. Some of you are supposed to be teachers. I mean, I remember watching on, I think it was America's Got Talent. And it's one of my favorite YouTube, and I should know it a little bit better, but the moment is when this middle-aged woman comes up and she says, I want to sing. I want to be a singer. And people were kind of snickering at her because she wasn't dressed. She didn't look like a J-Lo and all of this. You know, she just came up very humbly. And let's see, because I feel like the first name is Susan. Susan Singer. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can pull this up while I'm talking. Yes, it is Susan Boyle. I was going to say Doyle, but it is Susan Boyle. And she gets up, and we're going to have this on our website too. The moment, I mean, she caused jaws to drop and she started singing. And I remember watching that video and crying. And I thought, oh my goodness, what has this woman been doing this whole time? She was meant to grace us with her gift of song. Some of you are singers and your mouths are shut. Some of you are in relationships that you know you're supposed to get out of. You just know it in here and you don't know how. And maybe you're afraid or you feel like you're not worth anything different. I'm telling you, we want to help you with all of the above. We don't know everything, but we do know that we do life together. We want to serve you in that way. We're going to bring some wonderful people on the show that are going to talk about some of their journey of what they've done to get to where they're at. Not because any of these people are perfect, but because they've put their hand to the plow and then to the grind and said, regardless of what, you know, I haven't shared this all the time, but sometimes even for me to come on this show, it is a struggle. It's sometimes a struggle because I'm hearing these voices like, nobody wants to hear what you have to say. Like, you're too old, all of these things that I will fight. But yet I'll tell you what, I know I'm supposed to be doing this channel. And I know that the reason I'm supposed to be doing it is because of you. Even if it's one person that it's changing your life and it's inspiring you. And if we have inspired you, would you tell us? Say, I love getting the DMs saying, hey, I just want to let you know I filled out my business application after watching your show. Share those testimonies with us because the reason we do what we do is for you, even if we don't hear. But we would love to hear. We would love to hear. So do life with us. Do life with us every week, even if it's not on Monday nights when we go live or when we live stream. Right now it's live, but sometimes it might be live streaming. And we're going to walk through even the fears and things that we're going through. When we're walking through challenges, I mean, we're here to be transparent. It's not because like, oh, we have all the answers, because we truly don't. But we do serve a mighty, loving, gracious, forgiving, patient, understanding, merciful God who does. And we invite you to be a part of a new thing live. But is it going to be a new thing live in 2 weeks? Or is it just going to be a new thing? Well, you just have to wait to find out. Oh my goodness. I know I'm being a little bit crazy. Okay. So all that being said, some of you are watching and you're not subscribed. Some of you are watching from your smart TVs and you have not subscribed. Why? We want you to subscribe. We need you to subscribe. We're inviting you to subscribe. Would you subscribe to our channel today? Don't go away. We will be right back with a message from A New Thing Live. It's an all-new season 2, bringing you now more than ever before. You'll be inspired. Welcome to A New Thing Live. And Italian food is a comfort.
Oh my goodness.
Not a rapper.
It's okay, honey. It's okay.
You'll be strengthened. What's in there? You just can't.
You just can't find it. No. I have one. It's in there.
It's in there. We get real. That you had mentioned is that you help people get to their next best place in God. But while they're turning, well, I couldn't do it. And we have fun. We're going where we've never gone before, and we're inviting you to come along. It's a new thing live. We get real, we get raw. It's a little bit of crazy, but a whole lot of fun. Come and join us on Monday nights where you will be strengthened to do that new thing that's in your heart to do. And subscribe today to A New Thing Live. Yes, so subscribe today to A New Thing Live. I believe with all my heart that you will be strengthened, and our team is working feverishly on our next season. And so we're so excited. We're thrilled to bring to you a brand new season. Maybe not with a brand new look, because I have to say I still like the orange and that pink. It'll be a little bit of a different look. Yes, a little bit, but not too much. But we are excited to bring you new segments, more fashion, and just a lot of fun of what's going on even throughout the state, throughout the globe, throughout the US. Just some wonderful things that we have coming down the pipeline. So if you haven't yet subscribed to us, we sure do love you. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Share this show with your friends. And don't forget to mark your calendars, because next Monday night on A New Thing Live, we gonna have Caleb Quay. Why didn't I bring up Caleb? Oh my goodness, yes. As I'm talking about this, Caleb Quay played for Elton John. He was actually one of our first guests on A New Thing Live. So I definitely want to bring this picture up because, oh my goodness, he's got some wonderful things going on, and he's going to be on A New Thing Live next week to talk a little bit of Elton, yes, but really to talk about some of those new things that's going on in his life. Let me see if we can bring that up of Caleb, because we're going to show you a little bit of Caleb Quay now. Yes, so this is Caleb Quay when he back in the day of Elton John. This is Caleb. I'm going to hide so you don't see me. So Mr. Caleb Quay is going to be on A New Thing Live next week to celebrate our 100th episode. We're going to hear about Elton. We're going to hear about the new things going on in Caleb's life, and we're also going to hear his heart about what it's like for an England-born citizen to lose their queen. So it's going to be a pretty moving, but it's also going to be a very inspiring episode. So do join us next week on A New Thing Live. You guys, please be safe. Love your family and friends around you. We never know when we're going to breathe our last. And so do everything you can to love the people in your life and be present. I'm finding out my little sister last week just was kind of giving me a little bit of sisterly advice about being more present. I can tend to be on my phone. I can tend to be on my computer, and we don't live in the same state. My sisters and my mom and my late dad and my nieces and nephews and my brother-in-law, they all live in Madison, Wisconsin. And so we're having some just, regular touch-up conversations, but she was letting me know that I needed to be more present. And I had to agree with that. I have to agree. I was somewhere the other day and I was walking in, and two people at the table, and both of them were doing this on their phone. I thought, that's not me. 2022 isn't ending that way, and 2023 is not going to start that way. Like, I want to be present. And so I'm inviting you to be present in our lives, and we're going to be present in your lives. Yes, thank you so much. My mom, I can't believe, Mom, you're still up in Madison, Wisconsin. She said, looking forward to watching season 3. Me too, Mama, me too. But thank you all so much for watching, hanging out with us tonight. I'm going to do a quick little shout out. Thank you for watching on YouTube. And don't forget to mark your calendar for next week and join us. It's going to be a lot of fun with Caleb Quay. And the one after that is going to be our 3-year birthday, 3-year anniversary, however you want to call it. It's going to be a lot of fun. So have an incredible week, you guys. We'll see you next Monday night with Caleb Quay right here on A New Thing Live. God bless.
Are you ready?